New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Michael Remy.
Man. What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time Show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about the stressful Knicks win in New York City. Man, I think I lost some weight watching this game because the Heat did not have Jimmy Butler, but you know what? The Knicks still win 111 to 105, led by Jalen Brunson. Before I talk about Jalen Brunson, though, I'm going to give you some other stats to think about. RJ Barrett had 24 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Julius, Randle, welcome back, Randle. We needed you. We needed all of you. 25 points, 8 assists, and 12 rebounds. Woo. Josh Hart gives you 14, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Hartenstein had a huge 3 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 assist. Probably the hugest 3 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist game I've seen in my entire life. And Josh Hart woke up and almost had a triple-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Jalen Brunson hits you with the 30 points. So, man, it feels good. I know it's stressful for you guys, but it just feels good that, you know what, we have lived through different eras of Knicks fandom, and we no longer have to deal with Chase Randles and the Tony Douglases and the Ramon Sessions and the Sergio Rodriguez and the Shane Larkins and the Emmanuel Mudiay. We actually have a point guard, all right? One ankle, looking distressed. He looked like he was lost in the first half, and he came to life in the fourth quarter and saved us. So shout out to my man. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Julius Randle. Shout out to the team, man. Big team win, and it's a frustrating game, but listen, a win is a win, and I will take it to the bank. And we're gonna talk about it, man. Before we talk about it, shout out to Fubu TV. If you want to watch the Knicks for free, go to FubuTV.com/KOT. All right. And now I'm gonna introduce my guys. First, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy, the stats, and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. Big win by the Knicks tonight. Definitely needed that.
Yes.
I'm not going to overly celebrate because it was a tight contest against a team without Jimmy Butler. So I'm not going to say we outside, but I will say this. We on the front porch chilling. I'm going to just leave it at that. We on the front
porch. We on the front porch. Getting my hair braided and whatnot. We not all the way outside because the door is open and it's almost, the street lights are almost on. We might have to come in a minute. But we're going to say that. So of course, you know, it is my man, ESPN contributor, posting and toasting contributor, Deadspin contributor, my man, yes, Thibodeau. What's going on, Lee?
I feel the opposite of Ryan. I didn't start watching Knicks until 2001. The good times were over. The desolation had begun. The James Dolan era was officially in its darkest moments. Here came Isaiah Thomas and Moochie Norris, and man, things were rough. This was the best game of my life. This was the funnest game of my life, the most stressful game of my life, the biggest playoff game of my life. This was the biggest Knicks win in the history of my 23 years as a fan.
Oh, wow.
And I am ecstatic. There's silver lining. Ryan's right. They didn't have Jimmy Butler. They didn't have Matt Strus for periods. They didn't have Victor Oladipo. They didn't have Tyler Hero. Yes. But they had a head coach who might be the best in-game adjustment coach in the NBA. And Tibbs held his ground and coached a hell of a game. And we got the W. Let's go!
Outside, kind of, sort of on the porch, but not really. Ooh. Ice Spice is undefeated in the playoffs. Did you see those 3 buckets in a row? IQ scored in the third quarter while his woman Ice Spice was in the front row. You saw that?
Let's go!
Oh, man.
I'm hyped, y'all. Let's go! Melo in the house, baby.
Yo, yeah. We did it in front of the GOAT, Melo, man. He got a crazy ovation. Man, this was a stressful game, but
I might sweat my ass off, bro.
Man. But yeah, I've seen the Houston shot when he shot the last minute shot over in Miami the first time. I've seen the Miami Knicks battles when, you know, when Charlie Ward was flipped in the playoffs and everybody got suspended. I've seen a bunch of stuff. So this is not the most stressful, but this is pretty. This is up there. This is up there. This is the most
Understood.
stressful in a long time. This is the most stressful in a long
Definitely.
time. For real. But yo, I want to start with the stress of Jalen Brunson and watching him play. If you follow me on Twitter, I was screaming, "Get that man off the court" for like 3 quarters because he looked like he couldn't walk. He looked like he had. Anybody watch Dragon Ball Z? He looked like he had like the weight. You know when they be training with the weights and they be like he looked like he was training with big weights on. He couldn't slide his feet. He was getting killed on defense. It looked like every time he tried to blow by somebody, he didn't have the speed to get by him because he was hurt his ankles. He looked worthless for like 2.5 quarters. And then all of a sudden, Tibbs makes an adjustment. People start moving the ball, and we're able to kind of like just have him spot up and shoot threes. Lo and behold, he was able to hit a couple of threes in the moment to get them things going. And then when the game was on the line, well, we were down 7 points at one point in the fourth quarter. Then it got close in the game on the line. All of a sudden, my man is ISOing people in the half court, hitting clutch buckets in the mid range. Still look like he can't move, but still hitting the buckets. And then and getting 4-point plays with Hartenstein. I was like, what? This man is a killer, man. I don't know how he ended up with freaking 30 points and hitting clutch basket after clutch basket, but Jalen Brunson is Mr. Big Shot, man. Sorry, Chauncey Billups. I took the name. Brunson Big Shot. Jalen Brunson Big Shot is his name. All right. He hit a bunch of big shots today. A bunch of them. Woo. Wow. 4 for 2 assists. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I never been so happy to be so wrong. To see Jalen Brunson. He was cooking people, man. I don't know. What did you guys think of the game or Jalen Brunson's performance or whatever your thoughts are?
You can go first, Lee.
This is year 1, man. This is Jalen Brunson's first year with us. We are only just beginning to carve out the memories of what it's going to be like with him as our point guard. We are so used to all those names that you dropped when the show started, JLS. Names that are guys that were maybe in the lead 1-2 more years after their time with us. Guys that were bums, rec lead, 24-hour fitness guys that are on 10-day contracts. Guys who are in the G League.
Knicks legends, all right? Knicks legends. They weren't Brunson, all right? No, they had the jersey on. The Knicks legends, all right? Keep continuing.
Once a bum, always a bum.
No.
Oh, damn.
Yo, Chase Randle, if you want to come and kick it with us, we'll kick Lee off so you can, because he calls you a bum, all right? You can keep
That's fine.
Right?
Listen, man. Jalen Brunson, man, this kid, he just has that dog mentality. And we've talked about it. I love the connections with his pops. His pops was part of that 9-9 team, knows what this type of winning means to New York City. I mean, he's inspiring a brand new generation of Knicks fans like me who have only known the poverty under Vidolan ownership. And so it's been really great for him to come on board, and we damn near hit the 50-burger. Now we're in the second round and we're pushing Miami 1-1 going back to MSG South. It's just a really great feeling. The guys, he's the most clutch Knick I've ever seen, period.
Straight up.
But there is something about him that not even Melo had. When the ball's in his hands, and he threw it away, he had a nasty turnover in crunch time. But when he's about to shoot, I feel so supremely confident that ball is going in. And I've never felt that way about someone in the orange and blue until him. And that's an unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most clutch Knicks I ever seen, most uncontrolled. And he just has that grit about him. There was a point when he fell to the floor and he didn't get up for like a good 30 seconds, and I held my breath. And I was like, oh, God, here we go. And he took his breath, he got up, and he kept going. And he proved me wrong, man. And I'm so glad he proved me wrong, because we needed all of his 30 points. And we needed all of that timing. We needed everything he gave us today to get this win, man. Brunson, it's funny. I felt bad because I hated the way we played. I hated the way we played in that first half so much, to the point where I was thinking before we got here, it's like, man, we deserve to lose this game the way we playing. But then at the same time, the way Brunson fought, the way Randle fought, to bring us back. And Mimi's like, no, we do deserve this win because these guys battled injuries, getting hurt further because both of those guys looked a little off at sometimes to get this win. So I'm taking this win. I'm taking this win proudly. And y'all did a great job closing this game out, despite the Vincents and the Khaled's and all the whose man's is this no names that came and lit us up tonight.
Bruh.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. But yeah, Brunson came up big when the Knicks really needed him the most in that second half, especially in the fourth quarter. And I do like some of the adjustments that Brunson made in the late part of the game, because I think one thing that really pissed me off about the Knicks tonight with the way they were playing was he played that daunting zone defense, which the Knicks seem like they just cannot figure out at times. And guys just kept on driving into the teeth of the zone. And I'm just like, why are you driving into the teeth of the zone? That's not how you break a zone. And it could just continuously did that over and over again, and just kept on, just having the offense falter every time they did that. And I think one of the things that the Knicks started to do was that instead of just continuing to attack the teeth of the zone, they started to switch it up a little bit. There was a play where you had a give and go with Hartenstein and Brunson, which kind of had Brunson get an easy layup, but he missed it. And and then Brunson started to attack from the outside. Like Brunson stopped trying to go into the teeth of the defense. He just tried to attack from the outside and got his shots that way, started to knock down threes. And ultimately, I mean, if you look at the stats, this is why the Knicks won tonight. Last game, the Knicks only shot 20% from three. Tonight, they shot 40% and made 16 threes. And that made a huge difference in the game. And then I think with the addition of Randle as well, coming back into the fold, Knicks out-rebounded the Heat by 16. And those are extra effort, stats. And I think the only way the Knicks are going to win this series, they have to out-hustle the Heat. They have to out-hustle them.
Have to. And I think the ball movement in the second half was like a life force for us. It helped because usually when you get those offensive rebounds is when you swing the ball from the left to the right and you get the team off balance. And now they're out of position to get the offensive rebounds. I think a lot of our rebounding numbers came from that because we wasn't getting those rebounds in the first half, but we wasn't really swinging the ball in the first half. So I think the ball movement definitely helped that. And also Julius Randle, man. Julius motherfucking Randle. People will, we don't need him. We don't need him. We needed that man today. Because when our defense was so bad and Randle bailed us out in the second quarter. He did. We saw the flashes of the old Julius Randle when he was hitting step back threes and going to the hole and dominate people. That softened up the defense for us a lot, got us back into the game. And then the third quarter came, he just changed his whole game up. He started playing like he was playing when he was playing against the Cavs, just going to the hole, kicking it out, reversing, open threes, all that third and fourth quarter. Julius Randle was definitely needed. And I just appreciate how he played, even though he made that dumb turnover in the fourth quarter where he just stepped out of bounds and almost gave me another heart attack.
Bruh.
Like, man, Randall's gonna do some strange things every now and again, but he still had a great game overall. Sorely missed him for sure.
It's nice that we're kind of here to watch this journey of Randle, and that he wasn't someone that was signed for $110 million out the gate like Stoudemire, who had previous success with another team like Carmelo with Denver, that he was someone who we took a flyer on. They wanted to come here and elevate his game in New York, to add to his game, grow, to help a fan base achieve success, and has been stuck here since the Fizdale, Steve Mills era, and is still here with the Thibodeau, Leon Rose era, and is playing unbelievable basketball. He really represents, I think, the heart of this city, the highs and the lows. Like our fandom is embodied really in him as a player. And I have a special soft spot in my heart for him because of the mental and emotional trials and tribulations that he's gone through. I think it helps a fan like me to really empathize with him as the best player on the team, or at least, statistically the best player on the team, even though he's not the closer that Brunson is. There's something really beautiful about rooting for him and cheering for him because he's so human. in that way, and that there's a lot to relate to. Unlike some of the other guys that tried to come to the city that were a bigger name, maybe on the last ledge of their career. There's something very authentic and real about Randle, and it's one of my favorite qualities about him.
Yeah, redemption story, man. Everybody loves a good
Facts.
redemption story, and he's had the arcs where he was the man, then the villain, then the man again. So this team is special because of the different stories that kind of intertwine with this team. We have a bunch of guys who are young guys. We have Brunson, who was a guy who was forgotten on another team, a second round pick, disregarded as a guy who only gonna be a basic dude, comes to New York and becomes the most clutch player everywhere to wear a Knicks uniform in a very short period of time. And then we starting to get to RJ Barrett, who had another monstrous game. This is like his fourth efficient scoring game in a row where he scores like 25 points. He hits threes today. And he just was dominant, and he figured out something that works for him now. I looked up his cleaning the glass stats today, RJ Barrett, and in that long mid range, he's now in the playoffs. He's elite in that long mid range. He's in the 91st percentile in shooting the long mid range. RJ Barrett, the guy who's not elite at anything, is elite in that mid range. So it's the cast, the characters, man, on his team and the way they came are very special. So there's like a lot of little storylines going through this team. It makes us want to root for them.
Yeah, man, most definitely. RJ Barrett, he definitely had a good game tonight. 24 points, 8 of 17 shooting from the field, 5 of 9 from 3-point range. Like, I thought he had a really good game tonight. He definitely, like, I think what's been working for him so far is just the fact that, like, he's able to drive to the basket and he takes his time,
Yeah.
He actually takes his time to, like, read the defense and get himself into the right spot to, and sometimes he'll, like, take the little mid-range jumper, sometimes he'll go all the way to the basket for the layup. Sometimes he'll run into the lane and take that, like, one-handed baby hook shot that he takes as well. Like, so I like that part of RJ Barrett's game. Like, in the past, he should just drive straight to the basket and just force it, and not try to read the defense and see what the defense is giving him. And now he's actually driving to the basket, look at what the defense is giving him, and then he reacts accordingly.
Yeah.
He didn't see the game. I mean, he didn't really see any minutes in the late part of the game, but I understand Thibs' reasoning because the Knicks needed some spacing for Brunson to operate and guys like that. So I understand why he put Grimes into the game, because the Heat actually respect Grimes' shot. Like, Grimes might not be shooting a lot of shots, but they actually respect Grimes' shot. And I think the fact that they actually respected Grimes on the court, that allowed Brunson and those guys to have more space to operate, which ultimately led to the win. And I don't know if this is going to make this change going into game 3, but I would suggest him going back to what got the Knicks here, insert Grimes back to the starting lineup and have Hart come off the bench just for that extra spacing early in games, because they actually respect Grimes' shot, and just see how it goes, But, I don't know if he's going to actually do that, because it seems like he's hell bent on having Hart start and have Hart guard Jimmy early in games. And I'm assuming he's doing that because he wants to throw Jimmy off and not give Jimmy any type of momentum for the rest of the game.
Yeah. And we talked about that earlier, like the catch-22, where it seemed like Josh can guard Jimmy better, but the Heat, they run a lot of zone. They run more zone than any team in the league, and Grimes is our zone buster. And then I know we complain that he hasn't been getting shots, but at the same time, every time he touches the ball, do you see how far up Heat players are up on Grimes compared to other players?
Yeah.
Even Julius Randle, like, as good as Obi's been shooting, when Randle is in the game, the attention he creates is massive and creates other shots for other people, which is why even today, like, this is the most off-ball threes I've seen Jalen Brunson take all series, like all playoffs. And when we talk about, oh, we need Julius, or some people were like against it, this is a reason why. This is a reason why. And then when you have this version of Randle today where he's passing the ball out, it creates open shots for everybody, but more importantly, he creates open shots for Jalen Brunson, who is our best 3-point shooter. And you know what? He was shooting a lot of off the dribble threes last game. Now he can shoot them off the catch, and that's really where his strength is, really. So we need all hands on deck for sure. You said I'm not on the phone. I can sign back into the phones for it. But salute to the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Gamer Channel, Alexander. Shout out to Shells. Shout out to Shells, man. Shout out to me, Rican. Knicks are nice. I saw my guy Prezi, the boss, in the chat. I seen you picks for Timmy. Everybody else is rocking with the show. Hit that like and subscribe button if you rock with the KOT show. I'm letting you know right now the show's coming down after the live, and it's coming right back up, so you can see that in the morning, or post it right back up. Okay, so stay tuned for that. All right, cool. What about the intent? Josh Hart almost had a triple double, man. Josh Hart had a triple double. I have the heart to heart thing for me is touching on my heartstrings because Mitchell Robinson was having I'm gonna quote Ryan G, a basura game today. All right, trouble. I don't even. Sometimes some of the fouls I felt like were kind of floppy, like when Mitch was trying to run through the screen and he fell over. Like they're gonna give that big man that foul every single time if you flop. But it is what it is. Hartenstein really came in and saved us, man. The touchdown pass to Grimes when the game was close. The offensive rebounding when the game was close. The pick that got us a 4-point play in the fourth quarter when the game was close. Lee said it a few times. Hartenstein, the best backup big in the NBA. He proved his worth today. Had a monstrous big plays. Only 3 points and 9 rebounds. Extremely loud 3 points and 9 rebounds.
This game was exactly why Leon Rose deserves Executive of the Year. The 3 biggest players of this game with the 3 pickups that he made in the offseason, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Isaiah Hartenstein. This team would be what we were last year if not for those 3 upgrades. And Josh Hart, there is a strong case, was the best and most impactful pickup of the deadline. The Suns are down 0-2 right now. If they lose to Denver and we get past Miami, he was the best pickup of the deadline deal. I mean, his impact is insurmountable. You cannot quantify heart and toughness. He is losing insurance. He's in there in the last couple minutes and will ensure you will not lose a game. There was a moment where they hit a 3. I think Randle was inbounding the ball and he almost lost it. And Josh Hart quickly grabbed it to make sure that the Knicks retained possession. And I was like, that's the type of shit that the other team would have gotten a quick 2-pointer on us. And it would have been a 1-point game. And then we lose on free throws. Not with Josh Hart there. That's losing insurance. He ensures you don't lose a game. And he does whatever it takes. Diving for a loose ball, getting an offensive rebound, boxing out, hitting a 3, hitting free throws, anything. To you. And we have needed a guy like that for 20 years. We haven't had a guy like that. We've had a great star and some 3-point shooters, but we've never had someone. We thought Iman Shumpert was it. There's multiple guys during the season. I thought Ronnie Brewer was going to be it. They weren't it. Josh Hart is it. And if we didn't have, if we didn't have him, I don't know if we would have gotten out of the first round. So man, shout out Leon Rose for pinpointing him and getting such a great fleece on Portland to bring him to the Knicks. Man, we're getting out of the second round because of Josh Hart.
Yeah, man, that man is insurance. That man is Geico, man. That man is insurance.
I'll say this about Josh Hart. Only one part of his game really upset me tonight, and it was the fact that he was not a threat from 3-point range. He corrected it later on in the game.
Yes, hit some big ones too. Like,
I know he corrected it later on in the game when he hit those like 2 big corner threes. But I need for Josh Hart, like if he's on the perimeter and he has the 3-point shot and it's open. Take the shot. Stop pump faking to try to get into the lane when you know that he's going to pack the lane and you have nowhere to go. Just shoot the damn 3. If you're open, shoot it.
Please shoot it, man. There was a few times where I'm just like, I already know that he ain't even going to guard him for that 3 because everybody know and their mama know he ain't shooting that 3. He's pump faking and going. But listen, the end of the game, this is what I love about Josh Hart though. He'll pump fake the 3 the whole game. When the game is on the line, and they kick him that 3, he shoots it, and 9 times out of 10, he hits that motherfucker. All right, and he did that like 2 or 3 times today. All right, so Hart, man, in the clutch. I love it. I love it. Almost had a triple-double. Didn't have Jimmy. He didn't, but he didn't have to guard him today, but he just did everything that needed to be done. Big game from Josh Hart. Huge, man. So big that I almost excused how bad the bench was today.
Bruh.
Woo. Bad. This is our strength, guys. We came in as like, yeah, we got the best bench in the hand. Yeah, that bench, mob deep. Yeah, we got him. Nah, no. No. That second quarter, the bench caused me to have a heart attack, man. I don't know, the defense, they were sending 2 or 3 out the ball at certain times and giving up layups. IQ got it together for like a good 2-minute stretch in the fourth quarter, which is very important. Because that helped us get some momentum for the fourth quarter. But other than that, though, the air balls, Obi, I mean, he didn't get much time. But the bench, man, the bench got to get together. IQ, I'm still waiting for you to show up. You showed up a little bit today. You showed up a little bit, and they took you out. But rightfully so. Yeah. Tibbs, good job taking him out. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. And I also have to say I'm also disappointed at Obi's performance as well, because Obi performed really well in game 1. And I don't know if it was the pressure of game 2 of it being a must win, but I don't know. He airballed those first two 3-pointers, and I think like on a couple of possessions, he let this dude like Highsmith, like he loses this guy on the offensive end and have this guy get like either an easy basket or make an easy pass for an open 3. And I'm just like, Obi, like, come on, get your head in the game. So Obi really upset me tonight as well with his performance. But yeah, the bench needs to get it together, and that's why I am all for moving Hart back to the bench. Have Grimes start, because I feel like because Hart can still play those clutch minutes down the stretch for us.
Yeah.
And it strengthens the bench as well. So the Knicks can have that advantage with the bench again. And then with Grimes starting, like he actually is going to open up some space for Brunson and those guys to operate as well. So that's why I am all for going back to what got the Knicks here to begin with.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder if some of the reasons why the rotations were so off is maybe the switch kind of threw off the chemistry in the rotations. So I wonder if that could be what was happening. But it happened a lot. And like I said, thank you, Julius Randle, for bailing us out in that second quarter and hitting some crazy back-to-back threes to get us back at the striking distance. And thank you, Jalen Brunson, for closing out the game. Hey, and thank you, RJ Barrett, for holding it down in the first quarter. All right? Complete team win. All right. Yeah, the phone line's open if you want to call. Although we can go to bed early feeling good. I know you guys probably want to watch that Golden State game. All right. But yeah, man, if you want to call in 319, what's the number again? 319-527-6241. That's 319-527-6241. I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to add, you want to get off your chest, you want to touch on.
I think the only thing I want to say really is for the Knicks to win this series, the key is really Randle, because there's really nobody on the Heat that can stop that man. If that man goes off, the Knicks can win this series. That's all we got to say. And I do have a bro pick.
Oh, what is your bro pick?
So, just scrolling through the Twitter universe, seeing what's going on and this and that. And apparently Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson had another episode during the post-conference where Josh Hart decides, you know what? I'm going to bring pizza to the post-conference. And my man is chowing down on a slice of pizza as reporters are asking Jalen Brunson questions to answer, and just throwing my man off as he's trying to answer those questions.
So wait, the bruh is
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart?
Bruh.
My man's can't eat pizza in the press conference. My man's hungry. This man runs up and down the court more than everybody else. He's crashing all over the place. He never stops talking. That takes a lot of energy. You brought my man for eating some lunch?
it's just funny how it throws Jalen Brunson off. It's like he can't even answer the questions because he's like, this guy's eating like right next to him as he try to answer questions.
Oh man, I guess first brought Josh Hart for being hungry. All right,
Bruh.
all right. I'll take it.
I think when Jimmy Butler eventually comes back, because you know he will, he's too much of a dog. I was debating George on this at the pregame show and into the Knicks verse. I think Butler is one of the top 5 toughest players in the NBA. He's probably the toughest superstar in the NBA, definitely a playoff superstar, however you want to determine. He's unbelievably tough and a dog. He's a super dog. He has all the intangibles that a dog has, except he just has a 3-level scoring. If he comes back, and when he comes back, him and Brunson will cancel each other out. The unstoppable force is Randle. Randle and Bam Adebayo are not on the same level. Bam Adebayo is a more consistent, better defender, can defend better in man-on-man and in a team scheme, but Randle is an unstoppable force offensively.
Absolutely.
If he continues to play just as he did today, we don't need no superstar, mellow ISO type Randle, but just what he did today. If he does us this, we will win this series in 6 because there is no equivalent on Miami side. Even if Hero was back and Victor Oladipo was back, it wouldn't matter. Randle is a great equalizer. And if he can continue to show up and not get injured and stay healthy, which I think he will, we're winning the series. I also want to give, I don't have a Brett pick, but you're a badass pick. And that's Tom Thibodeau. I got to say one thing, man. Let me tell you this. I know decision-making, I've been hard on him, but there's one thing I've never wavered on. He just tries to buy in. There's coaches that you come into a huddle, you're down, need to make a run. He is a type of coach that you want in your huddle. You want him in the trenches with you because he's never shaken, he's never scared, and he never not has a game plan. Guys like Mike Brown, they win coach of the year. Mike D'Antoni, they win coach of the year, but I've watched their huddles. They're scared. They're timid. They shake. They don't know exactly what play to run to get you back in the game or know exactly how to push a button to get you back playing defense at a high level. Tom Thibodeau does, and I will give him that. No matter what schemes he does or rotations he does, he's the type of dog you want in the churches with you. And his team, obviously, the Knicks team agrees with that. They buy into it, and they believe in him. And I'm glad that we have him on the sidelines for this series.
It's crazy the 180 that Lee has done on top of Thibodeau. It's kind of nuts to me. But you know what? Tom Thibodeau does a tremendous job coaching this team. But also, I feel like this is also a team award too, because the front office has done a really good job of getting a certain type of player who fits Tom Thibodeau's mentality. There's no softies on his team. Ever since I'm not gonna mention his name. Ever since a certain player left, I feel like a lot of these players are like mentally tough, hardworking, gym rat type of players who like to be coached hard. And when you have a lot of those guys in the same place with this type of coach, I think this type of coach can get the most out of those players because of that personality. So I feel like Tom is doing a good job. I feel like Leon Rose has done a good job getting those players here, and I think we're reaping the benefits of that right now. So yeah, I agree.
JL, as you said, did a 180. You know who did a better 180 is Tom Thibodeau. He changed from the start of this season to now. If I was still criticizing him and saying fire Tibbs, I'd be an idiot and wouldn't be deserving of any platform to speak my piece. I am following the evidence in front of me. The man's doing a great job. I don't have any complaints. And the one thing we all always agreed on, all three of us, the man has the ear of the team. They believe in him. He's a great leader. He's a great inspirer. If not necessarily a great strategist or in-game adjustment, the dude can inspire a team to play super hard. And he's been doing that. And you need that against Eric Spoelstra, who might outcoach you strategically, but at least Tibbs to match him for fire and intensity. And I'm happy for that.
Yeah. Well said. Well said, Lee. Well said. That was good shots for that.
Tibbs outside, baby. Let's go.
Yo, the Knicks win, man. This feels good. It feels good to be here, second round. And haven't been here the first time I've been in second round in 20 years. This just feels really, really, really good.
Feels great.
Move on to the third round. I ain't gonna think. One game at a time. One game at a time. But Knicks fans, enjoy this feeling, man. Y'all deserve it. We take all a bunch of stuff from ESPN and all the haters who said we couldn't get here. Everybody who was laughed at us thought that we wasn't even like a play-in team. We here, man. So I want everybody to take in these wins, go to work, and gloat at all the haters around you. All right, then come back as we do the next show, and we're gonna do it all over again. All right.
Well said.
But shout out to my peoples in the chat coming in. Shout out to Marshall. I seen you. Shout out to the girl K Steel. Ooh, I see you, K Steel. You thought you gonna sneak in and just say one thing and then just sneak back out. I see you, K Steel. All right. First lady of KOT show. I saw you. Shout out to Samir Sariano. Shout out to Gamer Channel, who's always representing. Shout out to Glamour Knicks. I see you. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody rocking with the show. Adrian Santana. Shout out to you as well, man. All right, man. That's the show. I had nothing left to say. I had something to say about the Randle thing, but all I'll say is the one thing that I appreciate more about Randle today when Bam is in the game is like how much tougher it is for Bam to score when Randle is guarding him.
Yes.
Versus Mitch and Hartenstein. So not only like offensively, yes, he gives us another ball handler, another creator to give other people open shots when he does his drive and kick thing because he's such a force and no one can really guard him one-on-one on that team, maybe outside of Jimmy Butler, right? But the other part is defensively, Bam ain't doing nothing when Randle's there. Like that little, I'm gonna shoot that mid-range, all of that was done. That wasn't happening. So, yeah, Randle, next game. Let's go into Miami. Let's start the process of wrapping things up, and hopefully we get to the next step. All right. So good show, guys, man. Good show. All right.
You can tell Miami's scared of Randle. They were letting RJ cook in the first half. They weren't scared of RJ. They're scared of Randle, and they're scared of Jalen Brunson for sure.
Yeah. No.
They are, and they should be.
Yeah. Brunson is an assassin, and Randle is a freaking tank. All right.
Unbelievable, bro.
Man, I'll be scared too. All right, but Lee, man, let them know where they can find you, man.
All positivity, man. I'm on a bum fighting hiatus for fellow Knicks fans. Miami fans get the smoke. Cleveland fans posting 9/11 memes still get the smoke. @ Elias Thibodeau. I'm trying to be nice and friendly. We're gonna have some people on the show here coming up that I'm gonna be nice and friendly to. It's all smiles from my fellow orange and blue Knicks fans, baby. I love y'all. I'm so happy to watch these wins with y'all, man. It's great talking to the chat and my boys Ryan and Jay Ellis, man. Nothing better. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Do you realize we've been doing Nick of Time since 2016? And this is the first time we doing a second round playoff show? Come on, man.
Damn. Wow.
This is the first time.
Wow.
This is the second time we're doing the playoff show in general.
For real.
This is the second year we're doing a playoff show since 2016.
And the great thing is that there's going to be many more playoff shows to come because the way this team is set up, they're going to be a very good team for years to come.
Absolutely. First of many. Let's go. Let's do it. Ryan G, let them know where you can find you, man.
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLI. And you can also find me at Sir G's Corner. You can also find me on Twitter at Ryan G KOT and Gamers Channel. Yes, you are right. Broad pick goes to the Rangers to get a shutout in Game 7 by the damn Devils. Come on now, Rangers. Come on now. What's going on? What is going on?
Ah, man. You can't all be winners in New York, I guess. All right. Well, all right. Well, you already know the deal, man. Follow us. Well, listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can listen to the KOT show, Snapbacks, Black and White, Blue and Orange at the nickoftimeshow.com. That is the nickoftimeshow.com. Just go there, hit catalog, top, boom, get that. All right. Follow us on Twitter at the KOT show, Instagram at the Nick of Time Show, and Facebook at the Nick of Time Show as well. All right. That is our show. I'm letting you guys know right now. I'm shutting down the show. It's coming right back up in the morning. Shout out to Ice Spice, who inspired IQ to hit 6 straight points in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Ice Spice, come through the Game 5. We need
Come through the Game 5.
Come through.
Lee's still a munch, but he still is cool.
Ice Spice, come through my place. Let's kick it. Let's go. Ice Spice, baby, let's go.
Yeah. Your girl gonna kick
munch. I'll be a munch for Ice Spice. No shame.
Oh man. Spice up your life. All right. That is our show. Spice Girl reference if you didn't know.
My guys.
Oh man. That is our show. Yeah, wait. I'm laughing so much I've got the outro. Good show, guys. And as you already know,
Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
it's a mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. Nick, round 2. We going to Miami Beach. We getting that win, all right? That's our show. We out here. Yeah.
New York, big city of dreams.